Most people believe that rich people are somehow different. Smarter, luckier, born into the right family at the right time. They think success is something reserved for a small group of people who had advantages from the start. But what if that belief is completely wrong? What if the real difference between rich people and everyone else has nothing to do with talent, intelligence, or background? What if it comes down to one decision made quietly, early, and consistently? Because the truth is, ordinary people become wealthy every single day. Not because they're special, but because they think differently. At 18 years old, most people are focused on freedom, fun, and finally escaping rules. Life feels open, exciting, and endless. Very few people at that age are thinking about their financial future. And that's exactly why one decision at 18 can completely change the rest of your life. Not because it's dramatic or impressive, but because it compounds quietly over time. This story isn't about someone born rich. It's not about a genius or a lucky break. It's about someone completely ordinary who made one simple decision early on: to think long-term while everyone else was thinking short-term. That decision didn't look exciting. It didn't impress anyone. In fact, most people didn't even notice it happening. But years later, that quiet decision turned into freedom, confidence, and control over life. At 18, he stood at a crossroads. One path looked fun and easy: spend money. Enjoy the moment, live for today, worry about tomorrow later. The other path looked boring and slow: save a little, learn how money works, and think ahead. While his friends chased comfort and instant pleasure, he chose discipline. Not because he was forced to, but because he understood something most people don't realize until it's too late. He understood that money is not just something you spend. It's a tool that can either control you or set you free. So instead of upgrading his lifestyle, he upgraded his mindset. Instead of chasing status, he chased knowledge. He learned how money flows, how investing works, how compounding grows quietly over time. It wasn't exciting at first. In fact, it felt slow. But while others were busy showing success, he was building it silently. What separated him wasn't income, it was behavior. While others spent every dollar they earned, he saved consistently. While others waited for motivation, he built discipline. While others looked for shortcuts, he focused on systems. And slowly, almost invisibly, his life began to shift. Time did the heavy lifting. Compounding began to work in his favor. The small decisions he made every day started stacking up. And while others were stuck repeating the same financial struggles year after year, he was moving forward calm, confident, and prepared. By his mid-20s, the difference became obvious. While others felt trapped by bills and pressure, he felt peace. While others were desperate for raises, he had options. Not because he was smarter, but because he started earlier and stayed consistent. This is the part most people miss. Wealth doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't announce itself. It builds quietly in the background. And by the time people notice it, it's already too late to catch up easily. The truth is, wealth isn't about how much money you make, it's about how you think. Rich-minded people don't chase money, they build systems that produce it. They don't fear time, they use it. They don't react emotionally, they move intentionally. They understand that risk is unavoidable, but so is regret. The real danger isn't trying and failing. The real danger is never trying at all. Wealthy people don't avoid mistakes, they learn from them. Every failure becomes feedback. Every setback becomes data. Another key difference is how they spend. Most people spend emotionally to feel good, to impress others, or to escape stress. Rich-minded individuals spend with purpose. They ask one simple question before every purchase. Will this move my future forward or pull it backward? That single question changes everything. They also understand delayed gratification. While others demand comfort today, they choose discipline now for freedom later. They're willing to be uncomfortable temporarily so they can live comfortably permanently. And that mindset compounds just like money does. Responsibility plays a huge role too. Wealthy thinkers don't blame the economy, their upbringing, or their circumstances. They take ownership. They ask, what can I control right now? And that question gives them power. Because responsibility creates freedom. They also think long-term, not in months but in decades. They know success isn't fast. It's layered. It builds slowly, then suddenly. Most people quit during the slow phase. The wealthy stay long enough for momentum to take over. And here's the part most people never hear. Money doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you are. If you're disciplined, money amplifies it. If you're careless, it exposes it. That's why mindset always comes before money. The most powerful truth is this: you don't need to be special to build wealth. You just need consistency, patience, and the courage to think differently. You don't need to start perfectly, you just need to start. That one decision at 18 didn't magically create success. It created direction, and direction, followed long enough, changes everything. And maybe the real question isn't what decision he made back then, but what decision you'll make today. Because the future you is quietly waiting for the choices you make right now. If this video made you think differently, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. What's one decision you're making today that your future self will thank you for? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Because your future isn't built overnight, it's built one choice at a time.